Are you shitting me? Lord, and I feel just the same. He speaks his mind about that asinine asshole in our house. Yeah, John Beautiful, he likes to call it out. Yes, he does. Well, there's a blue dot down in Texas, that Texas heaven knew. Well, there's a blue dot family in the USA. And all over this world. Yeah, there's a blue dot family.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. How y'all doing, baby? It's Tuesday. Time for a family meeting, baby. I'm glad y'all showed up. I want to thank, let me see who was jumped in. Showtime Twiz was the first one to show up, baby. We appreciate it. Followed by Dorothy Tyndall, Joy Peters, Tamara Harrington. Oh, Lordy. Our own Oddly Wired. Sharon, excuse me.
You all right?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, Sharon Hookah's here, Daryl H., Karen Van Wyck, Linda Douglas, Maria Bentoncourt, Bud Oakley, Sherry Bailey, and the rest of the family. Gail Mitchell's Hill, Mike Stewart's here. Surratt, I'm sorry, buddy. Debbie Maria's in the house, and Jess Coggins is here. We appreciate it tremendously. Where's my shit? Where's my shit? I don't know where all my shit is. Anyway, I was supposed to be prepared for this. Hey! Before we get started with everything, I want to let you know I got mail today. I got mail today from Donna Bonacosi up in Medford, Massachusetts, and she sent Mama this beautiful, got flowers on it and everything, a mask for Mama, or me. If I wanted to wear a flowery mask, I could do that. I could pull it off. And
you kidding?
Donna,
I thought it was for you.
Well, Mama claimed it as soon as it came out
I
of
mean,
the package.
it's your style for sure.
Yeah.
I think you can rock it.
I could rock it. Hell yeah. Pink flowers, I could rock it. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, Donna also included some nice herbal tea to relax with, along with some very fine chocolate. And so, Donna, baby, we appreciate it tremendously. I thank you very much. And on a note, this was lost for a few days. I got a card the other day from Janelle Boone, a.k.a.
Phantom
Kimashita.
There you go.
And she made this card to me. She sent it the other day. And that is, let me get it right there. That's old Uncle Sam, except the guy in the picture, he looks a little familiar there. And yeah, that's me. And this is what Phantom sent me, Janelle Boone. And it was an Independence Day card, and it's best wishes from them, from the Boone and Rodriguez family. Janelle, thank you very much, darling. I appreciate it. I'm sorry. It was, you know where it was? I'll tell you where it was. It was
I found out where it was. That's, you go ahead.
It was underneath Mama's placemat at the table, and nobody thought to lift up the placemat, and that's where it was. And so I'm glad we found it, Janelle. Thank you very much, darling. Anyway, baby, it's Tuesday, and oh Lord, here we go. It's another wonderful day in the neighborhood, isn't it? And we see so much going on in the news, and I read an article by a gentleman named Umair Haig, and man, it was very informative. It's one of those things you kind of read that kind of puts you life in perspective, and how I related what he wrote to what we're living in now, and with the man that's in our house. And I put the title of today's show, "A Society Being Pushed to Destruction." And how this man is spending his time trying to divide this nation. It doesn't matter whether it be by race or religion or your sex or your economic or educational ladder. It doesn't matter. He'll try to drive a wedge into this society because it's the only way that he has to move forward. He cannot reach back out now and try to pretend that he's some unifier. Just not going to happen. We can expect what he's doing now. He's trying to push this society to destroy itself. You know, it was, I think it was Jefferson that said that this nation will never fall from an outside enemy. If it's ever destroyed, it's going to be destroyed from within. Or was that Lincoln? Can't remember offhand. I have it around here somewhere. That's what Donnie's trying to do. Donnie's only chance now is to destroy the society that is responsible for electing him, to drive a wedge between every piece of our society, and it doesn't matter. He wants to stoke the hate. He wants to encourage shit. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. I'm going to get there though. He wants to stoke distrust, is what I was going to say, in our system. But the system that we have, we are now recognizing has to be changed, because it's not a system that is going to benefit our society. We have a system now that benefits only one part of our society: corporations and those with wealth, generational wealth that they will pass on. They don't have to worry about anything. They're set for the rest of their life. The rest of us are down here trying to struggle every day with your life, trying to make sure that you have a house to live in, food to put on the table, that the bills are paid, that you have to have an income. There's everything in your life that you have to struggle with every day. So you're busy trying to struggle through with your own life. And that's how society runs into trouble, is when we are so busy, so consumed with the fact that we have to struggle ourselves to feed our own families, that you're not inclined to be concerned about other people if you're having to struggle for yourself. If that kind of a society continues on, there's only going to be two people in this world, in this nation. It's going to be the ultra wealthy and those that we work for. And it's basically that now. I've said it before. I feel like this society is built to keep you poor, hungry, and needing a job, baby, because they need the workers in the plants and the factories and the fields, whatever it is. They need those workers, and they need a job. But as long as our society progresses like this, then there will be no hope for those that need, health care. How can you be concerned about universal health care for everybody if you're busy trying to get the health care for your own family? And it's costing everything you have for that. And those that don't have it are struggling just to get the medical attention they need. So we're busy. We'll fight for this, but Jesus, I got to pay the bills here. I got to fix this. That's the way the whole system, it seems, is built upon. And I swear, ever since the days of Reagan, the system turned in the Republican Party to the values of corporations and the wealthy. And we saw it, I think, in this last COVID-19 funding bill, where we saw corporations that have walked out with over $500 billion of money that they don't have to account for, that nobody has to know who it went to. $500 billion. And that's what they won't say. We already see a lot of it. Oh, we have to save these major corporations. Are you shitting me? For what? Well, the stock will go down and the company will hurt. Well, guess who owns the fucking stock? It's not you. 90% of the stock traded on the markets is owned by the top 1% of this nation. As we watch the markets fluctuate up and down, we're not talking about the general wealth of the nation. We're talking about the general wealth of the 1% up there that have it all anyway. They're just greedy as shit. They want more. They're not about to turn loose of those billions of dollars to help your pitiful ass. They want you poor, hungry, and needing a job. That's what this is about. You know, they were looking at charts of happiness across the world. You know, where countries tend to be happier. It ain't us, baby. It ain't us. Because of that. Because of the struggle in this nation for the basic needs every day. And now we're in the middle of a pandemic. People have lost their jobs here in Texas. We're going through the freaking roof. While our governor tries to backpedal a little bit and save face because he was ignorant enough to go along with the asshole in the office to just open my state up. And we see the reflection of that. We've seen it today when he tweeted out, open the schools now. It's a command, baby. It's not based on anything scientific or knowledgeable from the medical community. Hell no, it's just Donnie. Because he doesn't give a shit if you die. Right now, what are they saying? They're estimating 200,000 dead by November. That's 70 more thousand than we have now. That's caveated by the little note they say, well, you know, if we all wore masks and social distance ourselves, we could save 40,000 of those people. But guess what? As long as there's a Greg Abbott, as long as there's a Ron DeSantis, as long as there's a Brian Kemp somewhere, they don't give a shit. Their objective is to please the golden calf, to honor the glorious leader. Their grand wizard is to make him happy. Your kid's life, the staff at that school, the teachers, the janitor, all of them people, screw them people. 99% harmless, you know. You know, it's pitiful that we can't. We need to come to terms with the society that we have, and that it has to change. It has to change. The safety net in this nation needs to widen. We need to be able to make sure that people survive every day, that there's nobody in this country that needs or wants a place to shelter their head or food on their plate. We can't live in a society where we have built this thing of, well, pull yourself up by the bootstraps. If you make it, great. If you don't, tough shit. We can't be those people. I don't want to be those people. I don't want everything in life. I don't want anybody else to suffer for what I have. But the people at the top, they don't think that way. Because for them, it is generational wealth. Their kids, they're going to be fine in this screwed up world that we live in, where people have to fight for a job that pays barely enough to put bread on the table. Are you shitting me? And we're happy to get it. You're happy. I got a job, baby. I can buy some groceries. I can pay the rent. But at what cost to our own society? It's a deep thought, but I was impressed by this guy's writing and how he looked at the world. And if we don't change, then what society do we have to look forward to? What we're going towards with this guy, I don't want nothing to do with this shit. This man would send all of us to hell in a casket, and he wouldn't bat an eye. 200,000, well, you know, that's a lot less than the 50 billion that they said was going to die, because, you know, the number fluctuates, whoever you talk to. But it's disgusting, and until we get this man out of office, until we take control of the Senate, there ain't nothing going to change in this country. It'll remain status quo. And even when we do take it, it cannot remain status quo. We have to move past this shit. We have to remember that everybody in this country is a citizen, and that we are, by our own dreams, want a nation that lifts all boats. I've heard it all my life. Every politician that comes along, oh, we want to lift all boats. We want to help all our people. Well, then let's start doing that. Because I'm tired of hearing about it in a political speech that sounds great. I want more for my country. I want more for the citizens of this country. I want more for the world. I don't think there's one of us out here that don't want those exact same things. But it starts here. It starts with each one of us. If we're asking who's gonna save this society, well, we know who they are, and it's us. Nobody else. Anyway, that's where I was today. Anyway, Bill Jones, how the hell are you doing?
I'm doing well, sir. How are you?
I'm trying to hang in there every day, buddy. Trying to struggle with what mess we got going on.
Well, we got some good news today, John.
What's that?
The Supreme Court tackled one of the 7 things that they were looking at this week, and they voted 9-0 on the electoral, the electoral college, so that the electors have to vote the way the state wants them. With the way the state votes, they can't.
Right. They have to
can't go
vote
the
with
other
the
way.
popular vote of the state.
Man, and that is
It
such
makes
a big
you
thing.
it makes you take a sigh of relief a little bit.
Yep.
You
Well,
know?
it helps states that are on the border, like Virginia, North Carolina, Arizona, even Texas. I mean, that way the electors can't say, well, even though we voted for Biden, guess what? I'm going to vote for Trump. Well, they can't do that now.
Okay.
So that's a good thing.
Well, I'm telling you that I did take a sigh of relief when I heard that news, Bill, because that was brought about because of the 2016 election when people said, I ain't got to vote the way y'all told me to vote. I can vote any way I want. No, you can't. No, you can't. And you have to do it by the law, baby. Now
they got a bigger one later this week, and that's I'm hoping they follow the other 6 federal courts and tell Donnie he's got to release his taxes.
If I don't see that go the way
They're
we
gonna
all expecting it
tackle that
to,
by Friday.
that is going to be a big indication of this court. I mean to tell you, because then it's going to be on a personal level.
Oh yeah.
For him.
Well, if they vote, I just think they're going to follow the other. I mean, you got 3 federal courts and 3 appellate courts voted against, ruled against Trump.
Right.
So I can't see the Supreme Court going against their ruling.
It would have to set
but,
precedent that we don't want to see that kind of shit. At least we see the criminal activity that leads to.
Right. Exactly.
Exactly. And for a laugh, did you hear Mary Trump's thing about he paid somebody to take his SAT test? I just thought I'd throw that in there. Dennis Valadez.
Another one. I think it was Mike. So one last thing. Mike Malloy said the only professional person that knew what they were doing that Donald Trump hired was Miss Daniels.
Yeah. She's the only one that did the job.
Yep.
Oh, God paid. Oh, excuse me.
You sure you're good? Is that just gas?
I just got done eating dinner.
Okay, I'm just making sure that that's all it is. Cause
Mama, go ahead.
Thank you, John. I appreciate you letting me throw in that input there.
Yeah,
appreciate
no
it.
problem. I'm trying to hold my. I just got done eating. Mama made tacos. Travis' girlfriend Rose made some outstanding Spanish rice and said refried frijoles. And, yeah, I'm about to pop, buddy. And
That's
still
good.
wanting to
Good
go back
stuff.
and get another one. Anyway, Dennis Valadez up in San Antonio, babe. Things ain't looking good up there. Dennis? Are you with us, Dennis? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Okay. We lost Dennis for a minute. I'm sure he'll be right back. Aussie Dave, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm fine, mate. I'm in San Antonio talking to Dennis.
Oh, good. Tell him get off the phone. He's on the air. So,
Dennis, John wants to speak to you.
How's things down under, my friend?
All right, mate. I've just been watching the news here, and it's quite entertaining that they're reporting that Miss, what's her name? Epstein's right-hand lady.
Gristle, Maxwell, whatever.
Maxwell,
Yeah.
She's got some videotapes stashed.
Oh, no. Pray tell.
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yes.
no.
Maxwell,
Yeah, she's got some insurance. Just the same sort of insurance that Epstein had, I'm sure.
Well, I think she thought about that after Epstein's terrible suicide there in the jail. That she thought, well, maybe she better get some suicide
Well, her dumbass best friend, I must say, is on the news saying, well, I'm her best friend and she tells me about these and this and that, and she's going to bring a lot of people down. And then the lawyer jumps on and they've just made themselves targets. You know, the lawyer says yes or no about the tapes, and the tapes have been discussed, but he hasn't seen them. But you know,
Oh,
once
Lordy.
again, wee tapes.
Roll the video. Let's go to the video. That's what we're coming to, baby. Yeah,
Mr. Clark News, man. Yeah.
it's gonna be a shit show. I'm telling you. Throw that in the Marie Trump book out there. We're gonna have all sorts of scandal coming out here so quick it ain't even gonna be funny.
What a circus, eh?
I'm here to tell you, baby, it's what happens when you hire a clown. Anyway, Dennis Valadez up in San Antonio, buddy. I'm worried about you.
How's it going, John?
It's
Travis?
going pretty good. Ain't going too good up in San Antonio, friend.
Sure isn't.
No, it's spiking up there. The military sent some of their medical people there into San Antonio to help, and this is not looking good in the state, my friend.
I think we're just about out of ICU beds.
Same way in Houston.
On a personal note, one of my schoolmates lost her brother to COVID last night.
Oh Lord.
Oh, how old was he, Dennis?
I think he was a little bit younger than us. I think he was probably like late 30s. But, you know, he had children, and that really sucks.
Boy, howdy. You know, it's not going to be long before they're telling you on TV, on the news. It's not going to be long before everybody in this nation knows somebody that has died of this, while our glorious leader sits up there and tries to pretend that, everything's fine and there is no virus and we'll just live through it and all that. He doesn't care. That's evidently the attitude now in the White House is, well, we'll just live with it. That's it.
Well, it is fine. You know, everything is fine. Kanye West has got his millions of dollars given to him by the government.
Yeah.
And so has Christi. They got a big chunk of this $500 billion. So everything's fine. And you're going to Mars. So you've got everything to look forward to.
Yeah. They ain't going to get there quick enough for us to ship his ass off, Unless we make him the first. Let's just stick him in a rocket. Tell him it's one of those super duper rockets that'll get you there in one shot and just fire his ass off and just shoot him into space, man. Let him just keep going. I don't know.
Iran.
No shit. I still think a good trade was in line there. John Diddybag donated $10 through Super Chat and said, doing the best I can with what I ain't got, and they're trying to take away more. Ain't it true, John Diddybag? Ain't that old saying, freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose, baby? That's freedom. Tim Torkelson donated $5 through Super Chat and said, here I come to save the day. That means that Mighty Mouse is on his way. I know the tune, Tim Torkelson. Don't come in here thinking I don't know what I'm... Yes, sir. Thank you, Tim. I appreciate that. That's what we need. We need Mighty Mouse, baby. We need the heroes to step up. And until they do, I'm concerned. And we all have a right to be. Where is this going to end? Where is his end point? Where is he going? Every time that we see him, he's spitting out more hate. But
that's why Trump wants to keep the American people feeling needy, because it's an old adage for business people that when you run a corporation or a company, the best salesman you can have to represent your corporation or company on a commission basis is a salesman who's deeply in debt and very hungry. Yeah. So they'll work hard as they will to live by eating and getting a bit of money in their pocket. So yeah, a good salesman's a salesman who's in debt. And that's what Trump's doing to the people. He's putting them in physical, financial, and health debt.
Yes. Because right now, the way Greg Abbott in this state pushed us to open, the way this roller coaster went was, well, we got a virus. Okay, pandemic, let's everybody shut down. We're going to shut everything down. Everybody's going to lose their job. Don't worry, we're going to give you some help. And they took a whole lot of time getting that help directly to your ass. It didn't take them a whole lot of time at all to get it to the major airlines or any other corporation or restaurant, that big company deal that wanted money. And there's a freaking list of them now. You can go to different places and find a list of people in your state that got it. And when you go to look at it, you just can't help but look at it and go, are you shitting me? Really? This is where the funds went. Yeah, it's disgusting. And Mitch
There's got to
McConnell.
be embezzlement there somewhere, a lot of
Yeah,
embezzlement, because
there
that's
is.
why they're hiding.
Well, I hear the deal. It's not embezzlement. It's just outright theft in front of your face, but that is what that's what we have been conditioned to believe, to expect. That if there's a crisis, oh my God, we need to pass this bill to get this money. This is needed, and it's true. It's using a disaster to get on your heartstring. All right, it make you feel bad. You need to donate some money here, and we need to take money out of our taxpayer funds and give it and save these people, which we do. Unfortunately, when that money is passed through Congress, there's a tank of freaking sharks waiting outside the window. And they're just circling, baby. They're waiting there for it. That's chum in the water. There are systems set up that as soon as a declaration is made, things are kicked into gear, contracts are made, money is given out hand over fist to some areas, and then it trickles down to your ass, if we're lucky. If it shows up in a food truck or a shelter area. And meanwhile, corporations are dancing to the bank, buddy. And that's what happened in this situation. Corporations saved it's like freaking save the whales. I'm sorry. I'm getting off on a rant. Somebody saved my ass.
No, I love whales as well.
Yes, I do. I love whales too.
More than Trump.
But that's, a whole lot more. I'll harpoon that sucker. It's conditioned in this. So we pass a bill that has a lot of money to save the nation, and then we don't know where the money went. We see some progress going. Look how long it took Puerto Rico. Are you shitting me? We see the money go out the door, but the reaction, the fulfillment of the need is lagging way behind. And in this situation, with a pandemic, oh, baby, it's like they had keys to the bank. All of it. Back up the truck to Fort Knox and load it up. And it devastates.
That's it in a nutshell, though.
Yes.
That's it in a nutshell.
And it's going to make this, we're going to suffer for this for years. Let me catch up here real quick. Mitch Goldstein, our old Mitch, donated $2 through Super Chat and said, love from the Goldstein family. We love Blue Dots. Baby, we love you back, and you know it, Mitch. As long as you keep Julie with you. I mean, it's a package deal, buddy. We're not going to negotiate on that shit. Anyway, Maria Betancourt donated $2 through Super Chat and said, Bolsonaro tested positive for corona. Karma, baby. Yeah, he's the Trump of Brazil down there. He's the one that spouted out, it's just a cold, don't worry about it. I think I got Bolsonaro. Anyway, Bolsonaro down in Brazil tested positive for COVID-19. And it's not such a joke to him right now. And those around him are going to find out the same damn thing. Brazil's in bad shit. You're digging mass graves all over the place. Are you shitting me? Teresa Diggum donated $2 through Super Chat and said, Michael Moore's podcast today is very important. I did not catch it, Teresa, but I'll try to look at it. Thank you very much. And Bud Oakley donated $5 to Super Chat and said, love the new ads from the Lincoln Project. I love every one of them there, Bud. I'm glad. I seen and I shared one on Facebook today. Another video of another Republican, a farmer, and I think it was Iowa, and he's voting Biden, baby. He's a Republican that's just not going to put up with this shit anymore. And we're going to see more. Greg Abbott. He's backing away from Donnie now. And as a matter of fact, the screen right there says Florida and Texas governors split as coronavirus cases surge. Both in Texas and Florida, it's going off like skyrockets. Well, how are they going to react? Well, Ron DeSantis just came out today. We're opening all the schools, baby. No mandate for masks across the state. That's up to individual people, individual counties and stuff. He's shuffling off with Donnie. And Greg Abbott is, like I said, trying to backpedal his ass off and save his shit. He's been governor since 2002, I think. He's treading on thin ice right now because he devastated this state with his ignorance. and he can take that Dan Patrick fellow, tie his ass to that wheelchair, and go roll off. I don't give a shit. That Dan Patrick is about as ignorant and self-serving piece of crap as there is in TV. I mean, in Texas. Anyway.
Self-preservation is a strong motivator, John.
It is indeed. And they rely on that.
What's the dickhead's idea about pulling out of the WHO? He's trying to separate America from every organization in the world or every organization that's got their shit together, doing good for the people. He's pulling America out of.
Yeah.
NATO he wants out of, and the World Health Organization, all the deal with Iran. I mean, what's his plan to make you got build a wall around the whole of America and say everyone fuck off?
He's trying to destroy this country. He's trying to bring us down to our knees where the chaos is so terrible and we don't have any friends anymore that we just succumb to a dictator, a Putin.
Well, who calls out the WHO in the middle of a freaking pandemic? I mean, that's like jumping off a perfectly good ship onto a sinking ship.
You know, the guy, Umar Haig, the guy that wrote the article I read today, and the name of the article was called "This is How a Society Dies," and he went on to talk about the society itself that pits citizens against each other in a fight for survival, metaphorically speaking, meaning your house, your food, your bills, everything you're struggling with every day, and how the society over time turns its back on its own fellow citizens because they're too busy trying to survive in their own world. And he started, I cannot paraphrase this guy if I tried all day long. This guy's really smart. He started out the article with how life is in Russia. It's not a democratic society. Russia's got a whole lot of freaking problems, but the problem is the citizens are so freaking poor and struggling in their own life, they can't rise up against Putin. Putin keeps them busy with all other shit. And that's how that society is going to collapse. And they're pushing that same model on us.
There's a word for that. It's called suppression by depression.
Yes.
You make people depressed and preoccupied.
If you are so occupied with trying to, create a life for your own family, and you struggle with your bills, you struggle to put food on the table, and everything else that life requires of you, man, you're a busy man or a woman. You're a busy person.
You haven't got time to notice what the government's doing behind your back.
No, and that's what's going on right now. We're too busy to pay any attention, so let's just reelect Donnie. That's what he's trying to do. Anyway, let's open the table up here a little bit more, and bring somebody else up to the family table. Can we do that?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. 1 second.
1 second there, and Travis can make the there, and there he is. No, he's not. T.W. Travis, how are you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing good.
Good. How's everything in your neck of the woods?
Hotter than hell.
Yeah. That's
been about 100 degrees today. So.
I'm telling you, over the last few days, and Dennis is in the same boat I'm in, our heat indexes have been anywhere from 105 to 115 degrees in the area. So, yeah, it's cooking. It's cooking down here. But anyway, how's Mark? Mark handling it all right?
Oh, yeah, he's an air-conditioned dog.
There you go. Smart dog. Mine are the
no,
same
I was
way.
going to say, everybody wants, you forgot to add that. I can't remember what you were talking about earlier because I was.
Just society in general.
The end of it. But you said something, and then you forgot to add, but this is Trump.
Yeah.
You should have added that.
This is where it bothers me. Excuse me. It scares you because, as in our Blue Dot family room the other night, we got into a very spirited discussion the other night about the possibility of what happens if this X, Y, or Z happens. Yeah, the 12th Amendment to the Constitution, how that plays out, and the possibilities that exist in that framework. What would happen if? And it is a scary scenario, but I believe one that would take a large conspiracy across this country to commit. But those discussions go on. And those are the discussions that we have to have. We have to worry about things. And it's because it's the first time in our history we've had to, that we have faced a man that is capable of the most evilest of shit. And he has an attorney general who is willing to commit any crime that the glorious leader wants him to. So there's much to worry about. But I do believe that we still hold the power, that the American people still hold the power to change this place.
We hope so, because on January 20th, I say that we hire a couple Wranglers, go upstairs and beat the shit out of it.
Yeah, well, yeah, you don't have to hire anybody. There'd be a crew of volunteers. Are you shitting me?
Million volunteers.
As a matter of fact, we could just call it out to the highest bidder and make some money and give it to the homeless people or something. You know?
And it got to me thinking, because I was listening to you in the queue room, you think that lady's holding on to the pee tape?
Oh, Lord, let's hope so. I don't care what kind of tape it is. Bring it out. Bring it out, baby. I'm ready for it. And coming to the table here to discuss everything over a nice piece of pie. How about it, Mitch Goldstein? How are you doing?
Hey, what's cooking, John? How you doing, Blue Dot?
We're doing fine. Now, where's Julie?
She's ready.
All right, baby. Okay, we'll let him in the room. All right, there we go. We're all nice and happy here. How are things going up in your neck of the woods, Mitch?
I don't know. It's hot.
It
Not
is.
as hot as it is by you, but it's pretty hot.
Hot by standards up there?
Oh,
Yeah, in the 90s. Every day this
Ooh.
week it's going to be in the 90s.
Yep.
Yeah, John's like, that's a cool afternoon.
Yeah, they probably love that.
Mm-mm-mm.
Oh, I wish it was only 90.
Yeah.
I love it when.
Yeah, 90 would feel good right now. Damn. Let me catch this because it just caught my eye because of one particular word. Michelle Graham donated $2 to Super Chat and said, damn, now I want tacos. Are you shitting me? Now you done put it in my head I want to go get another taco. I'm serious. I'm sitting here.
Oh, you want tacos?
Oh, man, I'm stuffed right now, Mitch. I am. Too many tacos, rice and beans. The rice was delicious. Rose, Travis's girlfriend, made it, and boy, howdy shit. The rice was really good. And, you know, rice is one of those things, like I usually kick it off to the side, and like everything else has to get mixed with the rice, you know, and make rice taste better, you know, whatever it
What do
is.
you got against rice?
You know, there's a great comedic line that goes, it's associated with the worst mistake of my life, but that's not me. That was, you ever heard of the Battling Bickersons? Old radio show. Yeah. His wife asked him, well, John, you used to like rice. What's wrong with rice? It's associated with the worst decision of my life. Yeah, of course, that's their whole shtick. No, I love rice. Spanish rice.
Try to stick with stuff that was created in the second half of the 20th century so we can all follow along.
There you go. No, I'm one of them people that just plain rice. No, you need to throw beans on top of that or something. You know, some sausage or shrimp, a etouffee, something. It's got to go on top of the rice. That's what rice was made, built for. Created. Look it up in Leviticus. It's there. I'm telling you. Anyway. So.
Hey, John,
yes,
earlier on, you were sort of saying about this destruction of the country. I think the saying you're trying to get out there was that a country destroyed from outside, like World War II bombings, can be rebuilt, like Germany or Japan. But a country destroyed from within is fucked.
Yeah. Yeah, because you can't rebuild that. You can't,
No.
Dude, man, we were fucked from July 4th, 1776. We've been fucked ever since. You know, it really gets under my shirt when people start talking about the good old days and the good old days and the good days. There weren't no goddamn good old
What days was those?
The 20s sucked, the 30s sucked, the 40s sucked, the 50s sucked. The 60s were okay, I guess. And then after that, it all sucked. So,
as with every generation and every year, I guess, life was grand if you were the one that was living in the big house. You know,
Dude,
if you're
life
one
is
living in a
grand.
big house, life was wonderful.
Life is grand when you got nothing to worry about. But the
Exactly.
problem is, most of the people in the world
Don't.
are insecure. They're
Yes.
either food insecure, water insecure, healthcare insecure, or all three.
That's exactly
That's
the point.
fucked up.
And they were comparing societies around the world in this article, and man, we're not anywhere near the top. We're not there. We're not even on the freaking list on some of this shit.
Yeah.
You know, and it's
We are definitely the bottom. We're definitely the bottom. Finally, we've been waiting for our stimulus check. We had to send a note to the IRS reminding them because we didn't get shit yet.
Yeah, but you're too rich, Mitch. You're too
They
rich.
promised us.
yeah.
And I can tell you, you're welcome to use your imagination as you will, John, but I want you to guess what we're going to spend that money on. It's not whores.
It's not horse.
Nope.
Not wine,
But
women, and song.
Anything else is on the table.
Everything.
Oh, let's see. Something nice for Julie.
A 3D.
The answer to that would be yes. That would be a wise man.
Nice and green.
Is Julie getting a new
Car.
car?
Has a new car.
Julie has a new car.
You go out on a limb and just say you're gonna save it.
Shit.
No.
Pack the truck. Let's go.
We're gonna,
That's all I ever hear anybody come from these damn states. Oh, it's legal here. Yeah, but it ain't legal here because we got a screwed up state. But I feel good for you, Mitch. You know,
well, damn well should. I'm a pretty lucky guy, but
I
I say come up to Colorado is closer.
Yeah,
I did read an article, John, about Austin not giving tickets.
that is true. Go ahead.
For arresting you for possession.
Yes, that is true. The Austin, I don't know if it's city or the county. What county is Austin in? Is it in Travis or? I don't know. I can't remember.
well, I can tell you, state cops in Pennsylvania are too busy looking for unarmed black men to shoot.
There you go. See, they have their priorities up there. Who cares about the weed? We got black people to shoot. Yeah, it's in Austin, Texas. Now the police department has come out and said we're not going to arrest anybody or charge anybody for 4 ounces. That's a quarter pound. 4 ounces or less. That's a QP.
Wow.
I never have that much. You know, it's like that's how come I've always said, well, John, aren't you? What are they going to bust me for? A roach?
Did you say
Shit.
ounce?
Huh?
This is in Austin.
In Austin, not Corpus Christi.
Yeah, because
Oh,
in
no.
Colorado, they'll if you have more than an ounce, they'll bust your ass. But if you have an ounce, go ahead.
An ounce is a lot.
An ounce is a lot.
An ounce is a lot. But when I heard under 4 ounces, that's a QP. That's what I've heard. They use that language. I
That's
understand.
half a
Yeah.
brick, you know.
Yeah, what he said. I have no idea what a brick is. I don't know.
Oh,
what that-
yeah.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here guessing. Anyway, I know who does
Hey, it's
know.
illegal here.
I know who
You
does
have some
know.
of the stupidest people in the world smoking weed. They
We
all know that there's 28 grams in an ounce.
is there?
Nobody's confused about that.
It's the one part of the metric system everybody knows.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, we didn't
Quarter
learn.
ounce,
We
7
didn't learn
grams.
metric system, but
No,
we're fucking
you knew
sure
that.
we learned what a gram
How many
is.
grams are in that ounce? You know exactly that. No. Anyway, Karen Van Wyk donated $3 through Super Chat and said, I cause a case of sick of this shititis. Oh, Lord, I think you got it from me. Karen Van Wyk, I'm sorry, baby. I've got the sick of this shit, too. Sickitis, that's pretty good. There's a double whack there. And
Travis, I say we go for broke. Go get him a taco.
yeah, go
You
get me
wanna see him
another
explode
taco.
on
You
No,
want a
man, I
taco?
would explode, man. I'm serious. I want one, but I would explode. And Diana Forever 420. Oh, what a convenient name to the conversation there. Diana Forever 420 donated $5 to Super Chat and said, John, stay strong. Smoke the good stuff. We will get through this. Hugs. Baby, hugs back at you. Diane, thank you forever. 420, baby, and it is. We try to struggle. It's, yeah, we don't, yeah. We're waiting on it down here, baby.
Arizona's the next one that's going to go legal. I
They,
think they do.
they're all going to go legal at one point or another. How can it not progress to that point?
And I can tell you it's going to be the last 3 states.
I caveat that Texas will be the last one because we get the most of the drug money. You know, it's like a drug addiction on the other end. We're not addicted to the drugs. We're addicted to the money that we get to fight the drugs, which you know, that's what. But I don't know why. All we really have to do is go down to the wall and wait for it. It's going to be thrown right over the top of the fence. That's what Donnie said.
Dude, it's gonna be bad.
Stand there and freaking wait for it.
Which I don't understand that concept because have you seen Colorado's economy because of it?
Yeah.
It's booming.
Yes.
It's real.
And the benefit to the society itself in the form of new schools, new
okay.
parks.
California,
Now-
Oregon, Washington.
Now, just to put a note on that,
Yeah.
they said like in Colorado, they basically put essential places that had to be open. One of them was a liquor store, the
Yes.
store. If you were moving,
Yeah.
pot was on there. It's an essential.
It is. It was an essential business to remain open, the same as a liquor store, because when people are stressed
Yep.
out, they either want to get drunk or get high, one of the two. And there is a large difference, in my opinion, between the two. If I had to choose one or the other, which one? I'm going to smoke it up a hole. I'm going to smoke
Yeah,
it
but
up.
since you've had this Donald Trump as president, there's more people wanting to get drunk and more people wanting to get high.
Yeah. It goes with the territory.
They want to get away from. They want to get that loving feeling. They don't want to get. Oh my
I'm
God.
selfish. I want something. I hear about it all day. I want something that has a name. You know, what do you got there, pot? Well, what is it? What do you mean? What it is? It's got stems, seeds, and it's got a little bit of pot in it. That's what we get down here.
So you want Colombian
There's nothing
gold.
down here with a name on it, Bubba. You know,
You want some Maui Wowie?
I don't
things
give
like
a
that.
freak what it is. They got all sorts of names out there. You wouldn't believe that shit. All sorts of things, but.
They have some awesome names like gelato and
Oh, you had to say that one, didn't you?
ice cream. I don't
I
remember. It's ice cream bar, ice cream something.
I have had somebody explain this gelato to me. I have heard this phrase before.
You need to experience the gelato.
It's
There's
not
one
that
called sour diesel that'll
Oh,
put
here
you in
we
a
go.
coma.
Gonna just throw names out there. Just go ahead and brag. Go ahead, brag, Julie. Go ahead.
They just have cool names. I don't name them.
What are you sitting there on Leafly right now looking them up? Because that's what I do.
Sure,
What did they say it was?
yeah.
Look at that. Oh, yeah, it's a real thing. Look at there. Silver haze. What the hell does it do? I don't know.
Yeah.
It really screws you up, it says.
I'm sure, yeah, I'm just looking it up on the internet.
There
That's all
you
I
go.
know.
That's what I have friends that tell me. I hear it over the internet. You can learn anything you want to. They got a YouTube video for that, by the way. But
No.
I'm sure
I
they
look
do.
up
They
on
got a
this- I
YouTube
look
video
up on
for
this-
everything.
A show on Hulu called Bon Appetit.
Oh,
Cooking
yes.
with Me.
Yes.
You should watch that.
I think I have seen that. Haven't we seen that?
Which
Yeah,
one?
Wanna
we
be-
enjoy that one.
Bon appetit?
I'm actually curious. Martha Stewart was doing a deal with Snoop Dogg at one time. I wonder if she was smoking a little bit of the wacky tobacco during the show.
I've never watched the show, so I couldn't tell you, but
Yeah.
it would probably mess her up a little bit.
I was more into Yan Can Cookbook or something. Martha Stewart never did, really. But you put on Yan Can Cookbook, buddy, I was right there. Look at him with
Yan
that
Can
meat
Cook.
cleaver chopping that stuff up. I want to do that, honey.
What you looking for? There?
What are you
can
looking for,
learn
Mitch?
Anything you would
I
ever
know,
want to
wander around the
learn.
room looking for something.
What's that, Dennis?
I said you could learn everything you would ever want to learn.
Everything you
about
want to know.
on Kevin Smith's podcast.
Kevin Smith? I have not seen this guy. What?
He's the director. He does the Jay and Silent Bob's movies.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a bearded guy.
He actually has his own brand out in California.
They all do. Everybody's got a brand. Jimmy Buffett's got a brand. Surprise everybody. Pretty soon you're going to see Martha
John,
Stewart's
you
bud.
need your own brand.
I do. Blue Bud. Blue Buds. Blue Dot
Ooh,
Buds.
there you
Blue
go.
Dot Buds. There you
Blue
go.
Bud.
I'm moving somewhere and starting a business. That's it. Oh, man.
Easy.
Yes, gelato is an Italian ice cream, but that's not all it is, NTP. NTP. I said that right, 358. It is. It's a delicious ice cream. And it's also
A delicious other thing.
yes.
Here's something
Yes.
that'll catch your attention, John.
What's that?
Yogi posted in the Discord.
watch
Ghislaine
that guy.
Maxwell is on suicide watch.
Ain't that something? Are
Guess
they
what's
afraid?
next?
Yeah, guess what's next? Here it is
Does this
in
sound,
the headlines any
Seven
day.
times.
Didn't they have
Yeah,
Jeffrey
sound
Epstein on a
familiar?
suicide watch? They had him on
Sounds
suicide.
a little bit too familiar.
Yeah, this is.
I wonder if
deja
Barr
vu.
is Barr planning a visit?
Yeah, no shit. Anyway, Diana Marie donated $2 to Super Chat and said 45 needs to end the same way as Muammar Gaddafi. I remember what happened to him, Diana. Diane, I remember that. Something with
And Mussolini.
a broomstick. Yeah, right. Yeah, it wasn't a pretty. It wasn't a pretty sight.
They got Mussolini and his wife.
Yeah, they did.
You know what it reminds me of?
There's nothing like an angry
Remember
mob.
9/11, right?
What's that, Mitch?
Remember 9/11?
Yes.
Right after it happened, then all this money started disappearing, and nobody's quite sure where all that money
Pallets
went.
of money.
All the stimulus money, and they just kind of swept it all under the rug. Trillions and trillions of dollars to build up the military, militarizing the police. You know, not a nickel for the infrastructure of this country, not a nickel for the health care.
Building defense, Mitch.
Water,
The
nothing
food
like that.
safety and the water safety.
It's happening again.
It is.
He's building a government. He's building a government
North Pole
defense.
is melting.
You know,
Let's not forget the South China friggin' Sea and the East China
yeah, we
Sea.
got
What
a
he's
couple of
doing there.
carriers over there right now, and things could get touched
And
real
you-
quick with the Chinese. I'm telling you.
We've got 4 destroyers over there, and we've been asked to help out some more, along with other countries. There's shit building up over there and Trump's militarizing your
Because-
country internally and externally, but he's stabbing shoulders and
You know
soldiers
what?
in the back.
Because war is
His
always
trade
good for
thing
politics.
stimulated that.
Yes,
Pass the
it did.
electromat.
His trade policies have stimulated this shit.
Yeah, exactly.
That guy, I posted his video on my Facebook page from Iowa, the farmer, was speaking, and he is a family farmer. He's trying to keep his farm alive. Was talking about what was destroying the farmers was Trump's foreign policy when it came to agriculture. So, you know, these are even farmers. When Donnie gets out there and talks about our great farmers, he's saying the same thing about our great military, our great contractors, our great nurses, whatever the fuck he puts right after our great. He doesn't give a shit. It's just another word to him.
Then he gives them
Basically,
the
what
shaft.
happened is
Yes.
China annexed Hong Kong. That's what happened. Do you know what that?
Yes.
You know, annex
Yes.
means you basically come to visit and decide to stay.
You're staying.
It was the
Yeah,
same
life
thing
changes.
that Russia did with Crimea. It's the same thing that Pakistan and India have done, and China in the Kashmir region, which has been at war for I guess, about 180 of the last 200 years.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Mm-mm-mm.
So it's looking pretty grisly. I hate to say it, but the
It is.
Chinese military, they're fucking huge.
Yes.
They are
Oh, they're
huge.
They're big. They're beyond big. You know, as a matter of fact, somebody sent me. I can't remember who, and forgive me because
Dude,
somebody's
there's
out there.
40 million. There's 40 million people in the Chinese military.
Yeah.
40 fucking million.
They have the capable. It's like anything else in history with China. They have the amount of people, physical bodies to run over your ass. You know,
20 times as many as we do.
yes.
And tanks.
But isn't it weird though that the World War II enemies are now the allies, and some of the World War II allies now the enemy?
Yes. The way
Yeah,
this
the
man
thing
works,
is-
yes,
That's the
he's
way he
trying to switch it
operates.
around. That's the way he's trying to pull this shit. Our
Look at his
NATO
buddy.
alliance is shaky because of his ass. Because
Yeah.
he's a prick, and nobody wants to play with the prick on the block. Anyway, I'm going to read this, what I just got, and I'm going to read it from an anonymous Blue Dot family member. It says, oh boy. Okay. I love you all. Thank you. Thank you, all of you. Allow us to be inspired. You have created an environment that speaks our voices. You allow our voices to be heard. Together we stand for something greater than ourselves. I am honored to be a part of this Blue Dot family. And they got sick of this shititis too. And It's an anonymous donation. We appreciate it very much. And that was the quote that she put with it. And we are. I like the part where she says, together we could stand for something greater than ourselves. That's the important part of our society that we have to remember. That if we want our society to progress, then we have to stand for something larger than ourselves. We have to get to the point to where our society isn't based on crushing your neighbor to make to make a table for yourself. The table can be built big enough for everybody.
Dude.
And speaking of bringing people to the table, David, how are you doing?
Good, John. How are you guys doing tonight?
We are doing fine, my friend. Welcome to the table. How you been doing? I mean, I already asked you that. How you doing?
I'm thinking that I need to work on something out where I'm at, and that I'm thinking that Blue Dot should be an indica.
An indica? So
Yeah.
nice, put your ass right in the couch, just bore you to shit? That's what you're saying?
Well, we could make it a sativa too. We can make it a hybrid.
We can make it a hybrid. There you go. I read about this shit in the books, you know.
No, you just need multiple levels, like
I
what
could
Jimmy
see a hybrid
Buffett
called
does.
Blue Dot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever the
Cool.
strongest indica is, you name
While
it
you're
after
smoking,
Dad.
you see blue dots.
There you go. There you go, Ozzy.
Now, when you smoke it, you see, are you shitting me?
Are you shitting me?
I feel like I've been smoking some because I just got done watching Navarro again. I don't know why I do that.
Who? Navarro? Oh,
Navarro,
what's the trade
Peter
secretary?
Navarro.
Yeah, Peter Navarro.
Trying to explain the spike in the virus,
Oh, Lord.
and he just talks in circles.
Gets
How
you
does
dizzy.
he know? Isn't he supposed to be a lawyer?
I don't know.
Now,
he
is
is
he the trade advisor?
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's been out in
yeah.
front with
Yes.
the virus stuff lately, trying to both say that we're asking too many questions about why the White House doesn't support masks, but the White House supports masks. But you're asking too many questions about that.
Yeah.
This is the China virus. You got to remember, it's the China virus.
It's
They brought it here on purpose.
it's amazing to watch these cabinet members and these advisors dance around the most simplest of questions. You know, who was it they were trying to peg on the Confederate flag? Does the president believe the Confederate flag should be flown? Oh, well, I'm not going to
McEnany.
get into that. And, it was more than McEnany, though. It was one of
They had another one.
Oh, yeah,
God.
they had several of his advisors that was on talking about another subject, and then all of a sudden, hey, what do you think about the Confederate flag? Said, oh, shit, I don't know. Let me tap dance around here because I don't want to tell you what the fuck because I'll get in trouble and all that shit. And he would. He would.
You know what it is? They never know what position their boss is going to take from minute to minute.
Day to day.
They literally don't.
Exactly. Yeah.
No.
He'll contradict them with a tweet as soon as after they say something. Then they'll say they never said it, and then they'll say it
Yeah.
again,
Yeah.
and then they have to dance it back.
They can
It's
go. Let's go to the
fascinating.
videotape. Oh, I didn't see the videotape. That's a altered videotape. That's not. Are you going to believe what you see or believe what I'm trying to tell you here? Let's. It's.
I remember early on when he said, "Can't believe what your eyes
Yes.
say. Gotta believe what I say."
Yeah. You can't believe what you see and read. That was the quote. You cannot believe what you see and read. That is such an
Staggering.
astounding comment to make.
Well, what
Don't
can you
believe what you
in?
see there. Don't believe what you see.
What
Believe
can you
what
believe?
the
It's
dear leader tells
magic.
you.
Yes, that's.
Believe
there
what
you
Big Brother
go.
tells you.
That's
We've always
the
been at war with Eurasia. We were never at
That's
war with
true.
Eurasia.
That's true. And the only way to survive in this country is if you pull yourself up by your own bootstraps and make it yourself if you have to
God.
stomp over it. Yeah, it's that kind of shit.
John, I read a story today.
Yeah.
You know, Ayn Rand is
Yes.
pure capitalism.
Yes.
You know, the elite rise to the top.
Everybody
Ayn
else
Rand
is.
Institute took stimulus money.
There we go.
Socialist, nasty stimulus money.
Yes. They grab it up like you wouldn't believe. Like the thieves they are.
Oh, God.
It's a game with them, David.
Oh, God.
It's like everything
But it's our
else.
money
like
they're
them-
gaming with.
that they preached all these years saying they were physically responsible. No, they weren't. That they had a majority, and they don't. That they have the religious, they don't. It's a freaking lie. But
They're
if
the party of family values, and they're
Yeah,
like
none.
a three-time
No,
divorced,
no.
philandering
Yeah.
men who said things about women I won't repeat on your show. That's your family values guy, huh?
I really I feel bad for my wife. I really do. Marcia has suffered much anguish over people that she, because of family, haven't removed from her Facebook. They're still there. and what they post still comes through her feed sometimes. And the disgusting, she gets so upset. My wife is a very kind individual. She loves her family dearly. But they make it very clear where they stand. And sometimes that can be hurtful to somebody that you love. I mean, it's
You don't know how to reach them.
I don't.
I had a dear friend. I had a conversation this week that decided it was going to be funny to joke about Black Lives Matter, and when I called her on it, she said, "Well, you just don't appreciate my dark humor." And I literally looked at her and said, "You're really calling that dark humor?"
Yeah, that's not a good choice of words. So you explain the racist shit that just came out
You
your
want to hear
mouth.
some more dark humor? Fuck you.
Yeah, there's some dark humor.
You don't get darker than that.
Yeah. Let me catch up here real quick. Johnny Fly, donated $5 through Super Chat and said, "You think Trump is miserable looking now? Wait until November 3rd. Fuck Trump." That's what Johnny Fly says. And Diana Mallory, bequeather of the gong, donated $10 through Super Chat. Thank you very much, Diana. Thank you very much. And Charles Stokel donated $5 through Super Chat and said, "Trump is an orange skid mark. Fuck Trump." Ooh, seems to be a common theme here. Charles, thank you very much. And my friend Joe up in Columbus, Ohio, which I just spoke to him on the phone. What was that, yesterday, Joe? I think it was. Donated $2 to Super Chat and said, "Oh, look at this, see." Joe, I don't know all the Spanish. Sedado, never look at their hands. Group hypnosis. Never look at their hands. Group hypnosis. There you go. Joe speaks Spanish a lot. He's very good at Spanish. And he'll write me a text that's got a lot of Spanish in it, and then I gotta go translate it. What is he saying? Oh, shit! I live down here, and I should know this shit. I should. That's one of the biggest mistakes of my life. Was not paying attention at a younger age to learn a lot of the language. Jesus,
you
who
barely
knew?
speak English.
I know it. I have a hard time communicating. I can write. I write better than I sound. I guarantee you. When I put my pen to paper, then I can be articulate. When I turn my
John,
mouth
may I
on.
observe something though?
What's that?
Watching your rants from the beginning to what you're doing now, you've evolved a lot.
Probably.
You're definitely a grower and an evolver.
Jesus, thank God it was something nice. I thought he was going to say something like, "After watching your rants, you got a good head for radio."
You know what?
Radio.
You know what? What makes it? I won't say easier because I ain't gonna lie to you. This shit. There are days I do rants right now where when I turn off that fucking camera, I'm seriously concerned about my health at that moment. I have risen my blood pressure way up. I can feel my heart pounding in my chest. The sweat is dripping off my hair. I can feel it just dripping on my neck or something, and all of a sudden it'll just wash over me. How to control that? I don't know. The one thing that does give me a little bit of ease on this shit is compared from the time that I started to now is I know I have a family behind me. That's the difference. Yeah. Because when I first walked out on the edge, it was just me, baby, and I pissed off everybody in my freaking world. Everybody.
You had to feel pretty alone down where you're at.
It was worse than that. I'm telling you, David, when this first started, it was my mouth devastated my family. Devastated. And for that, my family not only suffered, but the suffering inside my own head to make that decision of should you shut your mouth? Should you just put your hat back on and go back to making belt buckles? And I couldn't. For once in my life, I looked at something and I said, "This can't stand. This somebody's got to scream about this shit." And I saw everybody in the street. So yeah, this was my thing. But
John, whether they know it or not, you're trying to save them too.
Well,
you're trying to save them too.
I am indeed. But they don't see it like that, and we don't have the life that we had before this election. We don't, and we never will again.
Lord, I don't hardly recognize my country sometimes.
Yeah.
Literally, 3.5 years feels like it's been just 30
decades.
And that feeling right there, for a lot of people, transforms into their own family, into their own physical family. That destruction amongst the family has happened in a lot of places. In mine, a very drastic situation because of what I decided to do. And But yeah, the first 2 years of this shit, it was pretty devastating. We lost
Have you ever
so much.
And
Yeah.
again, I think in the long run, we're trying to pull it back from the edge for them, because honestly, I was listening to Robert Reich, economist, progressive out here in Berkeley.
I love that guy.
Talking about the upcoming crisis of foreclosures and evictions.
Exactly.
Which we're pretty close to, because the protections against being able to be evicted expire in July.
Right. And a lot of people.
That's going to devastate the economy.
Yes.
We're trying to save this and save this for our family.
In Australia. They had that same problem here. Just recently this week, and the government is now in talks with the banks, and they're going to extend the program because it's ridiculous to shut off so soon.
You know what, Aussie Dave, our government's not doing? Talking to anybody about it. No. In fact, Mitch McConnell just blocked a bunch of legislation to help out people.
He said, we'll look at it again at the end of July, is what Mitch said.
Yeah.
At the end of July.
We'll look at it again at the end of July, and then maybe we'll stimulate you.
You know why? Because we don't got the money, because they've already stole it all. They already stole it all. So what we're talking about, is the money that would benefit our society, our citizens, and they're not interested in that anymore. The corporations,
they got
theirs. They got theirs.
They're not worried about us.
And they're still preaching that same thing. Well, we can't shut down because it'll ruin our businesses. Fuck your businesses. They just got a boatload of freaking money.
Trump's bank account and stimulate everybody just to piss him off.
Yeah.
No one's going to those businesses. What do they ultimately think is going to happen to them?
The business for a lot of businesses is down. People themselves.
Yeah, they're going to crash.
Yes. Let me get this out. Maria Betancourt donated $2 to Super Chat and said Anne Rand died on Social Security and Medicare.
Yes, she did.
A little poetic justice there, isn't it? And Rex Trek donated $5 to Super Chat and said, we are enjoying the newest Fembot spokesmodel, the Kaylee 2020 Rhode Island Democrat, red hat deplorable, comes with more lies and less blinking. I admire you, John. Thank you very much. Very good, Rex Trek. That's very good. Yes.
Stepford Rice.
I'm telling you, Kaylee I call her McAleer. Jeez, that's
I've been calling her McAninny.
That's a piece of work. I'm telling you. I don't give a shit if it was if Jesus Christ getting nailed to the cross, she'd come out and spin that like
they didn't use the right spike.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ was Antifa.
Yes,
so
he was.
Had to do it.
Had to, them crazy people. They're going to start tearing down.
He was socialist.
Statues. Yes, I hardly even knew that they were eventually going to tear down his own statues.
Excuse me, Blue Dot family. I've got to step out and help an animal. I'll see you in the blue a bit later, probably.
All right, Aussie Dave.
Care,
thank
Aussie
you
Dave.
for doing that, buddy. We know what you do, Aussie Dave, down in Australia. We appreciate you, buddy, all the time here. Take care.
Love you guys.
Love you too.
See you guys. Peace out.
Bye. Aussie Dave, he lives down in Australia, and part of what he does is rescue animals. And during the fires down there, Aussie Dave was involved in a whole lot of animal rescues, kangaroos, wallabies, all that kind of stuff that were caught up in the fire. I was always so proud of him.
I remember when they were releasing the numbers of the animals that were being killed in the fires. It was just, it's hard to comprehend.
It is. But Dave is always welcome here at the table, and we've appreciated his voice all over. Anyway,
we got to keep the Australians happy. We may have to flee there.
We may have to go there. Yeah. It may come down that we need a place to stay.
We may have to learn Australian.
Yeah. I understand it's a relatively easy language to understand, though. So I think we can
I had
communicate.
A class of my sophomores when you're convinced that Australian was a foreign language. That's why they had the funny accents.
Can you drink a whole Foster's? If you can't drink a whole Foster's, you can't go to Australia.
No shit. You want to talk about people that'll drink your ass under the table? Yeah, that's them people. Yeah, they drink for just entertainment purposes. That beer, that Foster, if you ain't seen one of them, they're huge.
It's only medicinal.
Yeah. And most foreign beers are much more powerful than any American beers. Matter of fact, that joke, American beer is like having sex in a canoe.
Being close to water.
It's fucking near water. It's but we're limited to the amount of alcohol. Whereas, the beer I got that was sent to me from Full Heart Brewery in the Netherlands. Whoo! Holy shit! Not only a big beer, but yeah, that's a one beer night there. You ain't.
So in Germany, for example, and if I'm not mistaken, you've been to Germany, right, John?
No, Europe was one of the places I did not get to. No, all my time was in Southeast Asia and the South Pacific.
Well, I could tell you first time I was in Germany and I was in a pub in Munich, and I was just talking with the pubmeister, and I asked him. He said, "What's the drinking age here?" And he goes, "What do you mean?" And I say, "Well, how old do you have to be to drink in a pub in Germany?" He goes, "Well, you have to be an adult." And I said, "When does that happen?" He goes, "Well," he goes, "anyone who comes in here and looks like an adult and wants to have a beer and acts like an adult can have a beer." And I'm like,
Amen.
"Yeah,
There you go.
okay, yeah.
Amen.
Sounds like a good idea there. There's a whole lot of people that would not meet that standard.
But let me
they
tell
say
you, man,
my,
all the times that I've ever been in bars and pubs, Germany and Holland and Belgium, I have never seen anyone misbehave the way that it happens in New York. And if it starts, everyone will just kind of stomp it out immediately. They just don't tolerate any kind of that kind of bullshit.
Huh. What a different kind of society, huh? What's acceptable to a society.
They look out for the public good. They have a civic duty and a civic consciousness.
I've heard of those things.
We do not have that anymore.
I remember
some of us do.
I think it was in science class or maybe it was chemistry or shit. I can't remember. It was one of those classes. Used to be called social studies or something. Where you learn stuff
used to
like
teach
that.
civics.
Yes.
Used to teach civics.
And then good civics produces good citizens.
When I was in school,
go ahead.
We went through the whole Constitution in social studies. We went through the whole Declaration of Independence, and we did a read-through and interpretation of the entire Constitution and the Bill of Rights, and that was a whole semester.
Yeah.
Was just covering those two things, and it was probably one of the best classes I ever had. Mr. Stryker, who's long gone. All of my teachers have been dead for like 10 years.
Ain't it
now.
sad when you look back? Oh
Yeah,
shit!
I know. I'm like,
they're all gone.
they're all gone.
Yeah. Looking behind your ass to see who's left ain't good at this age anymore. It's like, fuck. Where'd everybody go? Shit.
I love it because I look so much better than everybody in my school year, class of 1981. I'm looking on Facebook like, who are these old motherfuckers? I mean, Jesus Christ.
What's
Julie? I mean, Julie. She does not look anywhere near 49. So.
Well, I wouldn't expect anybody that's 38 to look 49.
Right. Man, there's
if I was her, I'd hit you with a stick, buddy. My friend Joe, Ohio Dad 70, donated $5 through Super Chat and said, "Remember, totem poles and pyramids, it's the bottom that supports the top." So saith Joe, my friend. It's true, baby.
Really quick, Dad, before we go any further, I just saw a question go by that I figured you'd be interested in. Tim Torkelson actually asked or he mentioned he served in Okinawa, Japan, and he was asking if you did.
Yes. I remember Naha very distinctly. 72, I think it was. I was in Naha, Okinawa. Yes. Distinctly.
And because there's a conversation going on here, Ira mentioned that Okinawa was hell and asked what year, and Tim wrote back 1977 or 1979. So that was pretty much after you had. That's way after the fact you went in.
See,
right?
I rotated to places that would our rotations. We would have a 6-month deployment, say. Well, the way our squadron did this is you didn't go fly to one place. Part of the squadron went over here, part of the squadron went over there, part of the squadron went over there. And every couple of months you would rotate. So my very first deployment, my first time I ever got on a military aircraft and fly to my first station. I'm not talking about boot camp and all that shit. We're talking about you're going in the field, baby. Welcome to Adak, Alaska. Are you shitting me? It's cold and there ain't nobody here. Nobody. It's a base in the middle of a frozen place that they hunt for submarines and keep an eye on the Russians over there that keep flying into our airspace and all that. That's our job up there. We do that shit. And so here's the scenario. You land on the base. You find out they take you by truck to the barracks. And you find out the barracks is connected to the chow hall. It's connected to the recreation hall. That's connected. It's all one freaking building. And you're going to
they don't want to go outside.
Shit, no, you don't want to go outside. On a good day, we would go out and do what they call tundra trunk. You know what tundra is, frozen tundra? Yeah. The trick is to run out there and see how far you make it before you fall through. See, it's a wonderful game when you're just bored to freaking death. But no, that was my, he saved at Tory Station. Tim did in Okinawa.
Yeah, he also wrote that he was a radio spy who broke Chinese and North Korean military codes.
Outstanding, my friend. Intel. We love it. That's what, the Navy did. We hunted submarines and dealt with intelligence operations on open seas and other areas. I stayed 2 months in Adak, Alaska, and just dying to get off of that. Every flight that came in Adak, the Bombay was usually filled up with a bunch of beer. That's how we got beer to the island and other niceties that life lived up there. And then I rotated from there by way of Misawa, Japan, to Guam. Whoo, you talk about a change from Adak, Alaska to Guam? Holy
I just
shit.
wanted to see if you'd fry a little
Oh, you
bit.
did.
Needed a warm
I got
climate.
pictures of me smiling, red as just fire, just burned up. I'm just happy as toast, man. And I enjoyed Guam quite a bit. Guam is, as I always told people, Guam was what I thought Hawaii would be. By the time I got to Hawaii, it was pretty commercialized. It's still beautiful. It's back in the 70s. It still hasn't gone ape shit like it has now, I imagine. But Guam was at, I don't know.
The heck?
That Guam was a good place. I liked Guam. I had to be careful. I was in Guam when they, and I used the word correctly, captured the last Japanese soldier on Guam from World War II. This guy had sat up in them hills, had buried several of his comrades, and you talk about a send-off, man. You look it up in your books, in your Google search. Japanese soldier, Guam, 1972 or 3. Anyway, yeah, he got quite a send off. But I often thought of that man because I was there, not only, but to think that he sat up in those hills and watched Guam change from a wartime bombs going off everywhere in war. To a peaceful area, to tourists opening up. Think about it. To the bikini. What the first time that guy looked out at hills and saw women running around in their underwear down there, and he didn't come down? He didn't say, "Okay, I give up." No, he stayed up in those hills. It was quite a story. But yeah.
Suichi Yoke, Sergeant of the Imperial Japanese Army in the Second World War.
There he is.
One of the last 3 Japanese holdouts to be found at the end of hostilities in 1945. Wow.
It was amazing to think about that.
28 years of hiding in the jungles of Guam.
Yep. It is a testament. The question I often ask myself, would there be an American that would last that many years with nobody on your
I know
own?
some Idahoans that would.
Yeah, there you go. Somebody's used to it, huh?
Some of my Marine vet friends
I honored
up there.
that man. He deserved every honor he got for a man to stand by his country for that long in those conditions. And the only reason he got caught was because he was hungry.
No way.
Yeah,
I'd have had to come down for ice cream sooner.
I would have had to come down when I seen them girls walking around naked down. What are y'all doing down there? I know ain't nobody ever. What's going on? A jet. The first time jets came, here comes a big old ass jet.
Yeah.
Guam
I
turned
bet you
into a
thought the
tourist
world was
destination
coming
for
apart.
Japanese mainly. Huh?
Must have been like seeing a UFO.
Yeah. Yeah. All the change that he saw in those 27 years up there in them hills. It blows.
Can you imagine just the change of automobiles around when he came down?
Yes. Everything. It was an amazing experience to have. Just the pure thoughts that kept running through your
actually,
mind.
in that part of the world, probably not really a much of a change of automobiles because they still use a lot of the automobiles still around today.
Okay. I was thinking more if he got back to like mainland Japan.
Yeah.
Oh,
he
how
did.
The cities had grown up
He
and
did.
stuff. Which I imagine that's where he got. Imagine he got
Yeah.
to go home eventually. You have to stay at Guam. You don't abandon your post.
He got.
We'll give you some fresh clothes.
Yeah. Listen.
Yeah, we'll give you a house. What the hell?
His camp up there was preserved and stuff. They got the artifacts out of there. The shoes that he made, everything that he cooked with for over this long time, and it was amazing. It really was.
Fascinating. Yeah. That would be fun to visit. That'd be fascinating to visit.
Then on to Hawaii, then on to Utapao, Thailand, the Philippines, Taiwan. I bounced around a lot. I enjoyed it. I did. It was the experience of a lifetime that, had I been a little bit wiser when I was there, I would have appreciated more of the places I was at the times I was there. When you're young and you don't see the big picture, and you don't realize the moment in time of where you are.
But there's nothing wrong with that. That's part of the experience.
That's when you turn around, you look at your life, and you go, "Holy shit!"
It's like an initiation. You don't appreciate it until you look back on it. Finally understand.
I equate it to a lot of people in all in every military. If you went through boot camp, I don't give a shit who you are. Just that mere fact that you went through boot camp is going to give you stories to laugh about for the rest of your freaking life. But guess what? They weren't funny when they were happening. Anything but. It was torture. But then when you get past it and you're gone and you can all gather around and go, wasn't that funny? That was funny as shit. No, it wasn't. Nobody was laughing at the time. It was pure hell. Anyway.
You reminded me about a quote from Mark Twain about travel.
What's that?
Travel is fatal to prejudice, bigotry, and narrow-mindedness, and many of our people need it sorely on these accounts. Broad, wholesome, charitable views of men and things cannot be acquired by vegetating in one little corner of the earth all one's lifetime.
That's the one thing that I came away with, is that I had the ability to be in a lot of different countries where English was not spoken. It was not the common language. Society is different. The way it acts is different. What they value was different. It gives you an international perspective, at least it did to me, and allowed me to look outside of my own little box that we all live in, and remember that there's a whole world out there, and we carry that today. We as a Blue Dot family, we are still carrying that. That we know that we have a hell of a mess to clean up in this country and to fix this country and to fix our system. But we're also knowledgeable that we're in a global community, and that what we do here in this country impacts the world. And I want to start having our country do things that impact the world in a better way than what this asshole has done for the last 3.5, almost 4 years.
We need to be leading in climate change science and measures. If we've gone beyond the fact that we can't stop it completely, measures to compensate for what happens. We need to be leading out there in front, and we've abandoned the position of leadership. We just have abandoned it, and it's staggering.
It is. It's like
who's going to pick up that slack?
Yeah. Well, we have to, but first, as we all say, we have to fix our own house. We have to fix the leak in the roof, or the floor is going to rot out. And that's what this guy is. He's a hole in our roof. And he's letting the water, he's letting the rot in, and then the mold starts, and pretty soon the whole freaking thing is just a pile of shit. And you bulldoze it down. Well, we can't do that. We have to stay up on the maintenance of our house. And doing that is removing that stain that's in the main.
Quick little soapbox.
What's that?
Keep getting people out voting. Keep talking about voting with people. Keep getting the fire going. We're close. We're going to be under 100 days soon. We'll be in double-digit days before the election.
I'm thinking
we need to crush them.
We need to
overwhelmingly
exactly
bury them.
This country
keep
is fed
preaching
up.
the voting.
We do, baby.
Sorry.
That's it. That's what we do. Dan Marceau donated $5 super chat. Thank you, Dan Marceau. Thank you very much. And Rosalie Taylor donated $10 to super chat and said Trump is a train wreck, and we're on the track, baby. You're right, Rosalie. This whole administration is nothing but a train wreck. We have gone. You can see it in this pandemic. We went from hearing from medical people and scientists to listen to the trade advisor giving you the advice.
Peter Navarro.
Yeah, Peter Navarro. He's the main
fallen.
face, and I'm glad to see that Mike Pence is getting the attention that he needs for being the. I had a thought there, but I can't say it anyway.
Squirrel.
It went. Yes. Well, no.
You mean Mr. Smoking's healthy for you?
Yes, I understand it is. And Donna Bonacosi, baby, I see you there. Thank you very much. I'm gonna go enjoy me a nice bit of tea and relax this evening. And so thank you for that, baby. I appreciate it tremendously.
Rick, John, I was just I noticed there's a good handful of new voices in the YouTube channel, and forgive me if I'm just spitballing here. It looks like
right.
Russian.
Neta Yachikov.
Please do not.
I cannot
you don't not
say
know
it.
Russian, so please.
Yeah,
just
don't.
Be
I'm going to murder your
respectful.
name. It's pitiful that I can't say your name, but I appreciate you being here. I'm going to go with Netta. That first name.
Netta's good.
Netta's good. Thank you for being here.
Did you hear about the gentlemen that were arrested for hassling a black family on a Oregon beach a couple days ago?
Oh Lord, no!
Now
I'm just getting over the one in Indiana where a group of white guys.
They were
threatening to
all
lynch
Russians.
They were
a
Russian.
group of Russians. Yes.
Boy, howdy shit. Go figure. In our country.
Yeah,
Comrade, how does
they were
this happen?
here in the States. They're, as far as I know, legally in the States, they were all arrested for it because they were using racial epithets and the whole 9 yards of harassment that we've seen become all too common. But yeah, what an odd coincidence.
I saw the story out of Indiana. A group of white guys was holding a black guy up against a
God,
tree.
that was scary to watch.
Threatening to lynch him, and
and
then there's a protest going on in Indiana, and I don't know if it's today or yesterday. This car evidently might be one of the people in the video was really pissed off. Came up there in a little red sports car, revved its engine in front of these protesters. The part I see is the guy gets out of his car. He walks up to the front. There's a scooter in front of his vehicle, so he picks that up and he just tosses it out to the side. And then he gets back in the car, and the car takes off, and there's protesters in front of him. And people are jumping out of the way, and one guy's hanging onto the hood of the car, and the car's taking off. It's out of sight. It's just not slow. Nobody going slow here. That's these freaking idiots that have been motivated by this man in our house. These are the
who do we know that has been
people that are
encouraging violence against protesters?
Taking a wild guess here. If it was on Jeopardy, I'd go with, is the answer Donald Trump?
Donald Trump.
Does he look glow in the dark?
Yes. That's who this is, and that's who we continue to see this shit spawn. What we call Karens now. People that are blatantly racist and have an entitlement to them. Are you shitting me?
So a video of a woman going into a Target, tossing all the masks on the ground,
yes,
throwing them
I
every
saw
place,
that.
yelling and screaming about it.
Yes.
No, masks are against my freedom.
That's
bad for people named Karen.
Yes, I do. Somebody wrote that we shouldn't call him Karen. We should call him Ivanka. That's what we should call them. Ivankas. They're all Ivankas.
And John isn't all that flattering, depending on how you look at it.
I know it, buddy. I know it. That's my dad gave it to me, though, so I'm happy with it.
I mean, if you really think about it, sit there and think about it.
I think about a lot of shit.
Ivanka, Russian.
That sounds a little Russian to
Daddy.
me, doesn't it? Yeah. Well, I wish Daddy would go back to chasing her for a living. Instead of screwing this whole country, he could just go back to doing her.
Where do you think he's gotten all of his money?
That's right, Tim. I'm working on ZZ Top. I'm working on it, buddy. Anyway.
I still am disturbed they're trying to paint Ivanka and Jared.
Right?
Yeah, I need the spinning guitar and play a little.
They're trying to paint those two as the wholesome family. I don't know if you noticed that spin lately.
Oh.
Who?
They keep showing Ivanka and Jared and the kids.
you
You see
shitting
pictures
me.
of them.
They're wholesome.
They're the.
If they show pictures together, I think it's the same person. I do. I say, what is that? The stepper wife? Are you molded out of her or him? I don't know which is which. They both have the same arrogant entitlement look to them. I don't know. I don't want to.
And that's Play-Doh.
It's just plastic. That's what I see. Plastic. Fake.
Well, that's basically
imitation
what she
shit.
is anyway. I mean,
Something that looks flashy but ain't worth a dime. It's going to fall apart. It's just a fake. What are they? A knockoff. They're knockoffs of what they're trying to be.
That's why that society has tune-ups on their face, because it starts
saggy. Diane Marie just donated $2 super chat and said, "Get Trump out of the White House and into the big house, baby." I agree with you so much. Get his ass in. That's where he belongs. That's where he should go. And Michelle Graham donated $2 to super chat and said, "Great family meeting, y'all. Love you. We love you back, Michelle. That's the way this whole family works, baby. You love us, we love you back." And that's what we try to do here. We try to motivate and inform in the best way we can. I am not a very articulate guy when it comes to a lot of shit.
Amen.
Thanks a lot, Bill. What was that? Hey, man, he can't speak for shit. I heard that, Bill. Anyway, but we try the best here. Every voice is welcome here. Every discussion is welcome here. We appreciate everybody in this family, and it is truly y'all that make this family. I'm still the guy just trying to stumble through this shit one day at a time, trying to learn what I can every day.
But we all are, John.
We're all
doing
are.
that. You're just showing us we're not alone doing it.
Does anybody remember back in the 80s, 90s, Celebrity Deathmatch on MTV?
I do.
Oh.
Claymation.
I think that they need to do that again and have the Trump family against all of America.
Trump may have actually been on that.
Somebody needs to push. Yeah, we're all there. Let's do that shit.
We're in the same boat, buddy.
We are. We're all in. We're all
Hunger
in this.
Games, Trump edition.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what he's trying to turn this into. Again, that was the theme tonight, is the fact that he is trying to take advantage of the frailties of our own society that we must fix, but he's taking advantage of those and pushing them to the extreme to try to divide this country and eke out his dictatorship any way he can.
Well, discredit honorable people.
Yes.
That was more Tucker Carlson this week. I don't know if you saw him go after Tammy Duckworth.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Tucker punched me in the face, Carlson.
Yeah, Tucker Carlson, the white
Carlson.
supremacist neo-Nazi that's on Fox News, who spouts his mouth all the time.
Tammy Duckworth,
challenged the patriotism of Tammy Duckworth, who lost both legs in combat. Are you shitting me? Yes, Tucker Carlson, the slimy little booger that came out of Trump's nose and ended up on Fox News over there, along with Laura Ingraham and any other scumbag that would associate themselves with that crap.
All because she may be the VP pick. And they're getting out ahead and trying to attack all these people.
Fox News in this administration will attack a Medal of Honor winner. They will attack anybody that gets in there.
Gold Star family, they're following their leader's example.
They have, on their own Republican side, John McCain, they let this man stomp all over a hero in the Republican Party. And they let him do it. And they let him do it to the Gold Star families. You tell me we support the troops. Kiss my freaking ass. He does not.
Troops. Have we done anything about the Russian bounties on our troops?
Not a damn thing.
No,
As a matter of fact, we've moved on from that to, oh my God, he's a racist again. It's another day in Trumpland, baby. Tune in tomorrow to see what daily chaos happens tomorrow. It is what happens. That's what I see as this whole racist bullshit that he started on this last few days is a distraction from the fact that he committed treason from Russia.
You bet.
That's exactly what it is. Every damn thing he's ever done to throw a hand grenade out there and create chaos, he's done to protect. He started all that
Gets
shit
the media
with China
stirred up on the white supremacist stuff.
Because
Gets
of
his followers all stirred up about their
yes.
heritage.
Yes, heritage.
Everyone's talking about Confederate statues,
yes.
and we're off of the Russia putting bounties on top of it, and they don't have to do anything about it.
But we have to remember those things as we talk about these damn stories every day, like he's a racist and all this shit. and how he wants to jeopardize the whole health of this country by opening up all the schools across the country. Do it today. Do it because I said so.
Could you saw that tweet, all caps tweet?
All caps. Are you shitting me?
Just going.
It's not a suggestion. It's a command. It's a command.
This isn't the former teacher talking here. Any bug or virus that came out went through like wildfire through a school. Everyone had it.
Well, they're young.
Part of that was because, you know, to have kids with active strep sent into your class and have to send them home because they had 104-degree temperature. But you think that can be avoided? You think that second graders are going to wear masks and avoid getting near each other all day?
It's easy. Like wrangling cats. It's an easy thing. It's we do it all the time.
Trump said it. DeSantis is going to follow it. Get him out there. So we'll lose some teachers. So we'll lose some kids. Yeah, it happens.
Kevin Durant has subscribed to our YouTube channel, and that just thank you, Kevin Durant, for subscribing. And on that note, I want to let everybody know we went over 11,300 subscribers on our YouTube channel now, so we appreciate that tremendously. Our Facebook family continues to grow. I think we're at 18,466 the last time I looked, and so this family grows every day, and we are just beside ourselves sometimes.
Grow, family, grow.
It does indeed, which makes us kind of a,
Amen.
a thing. We're motivating damn near, what is that? Somebody do the math there real quick. 18, 10, say back and forth, cutting a few, 25,000 people that we know we can hit to keep motivated, to get out there and to make this happen, to vote, to get others to vote.
Amen.
If you
That's a decent-sized town with 2 grocery stores at least.
You betcha. If you take that 25 and we all take 2 people, hey, baby, we're up to 75,000. We're making an impact. And so that's what this is all about, is to keep you primed up, informed, and pissed off about what's happening, and the only way to fix it is us. So y'all remember that. And I want to thank all our go ahead, Dave.
And John, you keep us focused. That's one of the things too. Keep us focused on all these distractions.
I'm the monkey on the end of the string while y'all. I'm just the guy out here trying to entertain. Yep. Somebody asked me the other day. This came into the conversation, and because of sometimes I struggle because I'm not that guy. I'm nobody. I'm the guy at the end of the road that I've always been, and sometimes doing this is intimidating. But like I said, it has been easier because I know I have a family. I know I have people that believe in what I say and what I believe, and that support me just the way I want to support them. And that's the way it has
Sometimes
been.
the best leaders are the reluctant leaders.
Well, onward and through the fog, damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead, baby.
There you go.
And all those other cliches. I am rather corny when it comes to my basic attitude. I am been called a romantic, and a patriotism runs deep, baby, in my family, and it means something. And it doesn't mean get what you can for yourself. It means making sure that our whole society is lifted up. We're working on it, baby. We're working on it.
Patriotism is trying to always make your country better.
That's it.
Never being satisfied with the way they are.
We can always be better. And that's how come we've never been great yet, but we keep working on it, baby. We'll keep working on it. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming by. Bill Jones, thank you. Your voice is always appreciated here, buddy.
Thank you, Bill.
That's true.
Outstanding. Dennis Valadez, keep an eye up in Tennessee. Almost said Tennessee. Up in San Antonio, brother. We're worried about you up there. I know what it's getting to be. The numbers are going up there. So you and the family
be careful, Dennis.
Yeah. Take care of yourself and use curbside.
Thank you, John. Always a pleasure. I want to remind everybody that's listening one quick little thing. At the end of
Uh-oh.
I think Bill is having like a lag between what we're talking about.
Yeah, I think so.
Like, Bill, I don't know if you're listening to us on YouTube. There's quite a bit of a delay. In the Discord, you get automatic feedback or like instant feedback from what we're saying.
Bill hasn't heard it yet. He'll hear it.
Yeah, he'll hear it in a few minutes.
Just a second.
I've been there.
Yeah.
You there?
Yeah, we're here, Bill.
We're there.
wait for that to get there.
I feel like we're interviewing an astronaut.
Yeah, we got to wait for the signal to get all the way there. Bill, we got a delay in your answers. But
can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you, Bill, and we appreciate you being here.
How about now?
Oh, yeah, we got you. I don't think he can hear us, though. I think he's lost us.
Anyway, I just wanted to say thank you and remind people to stay involved and do your thing. If it's as little as putting a bumper sticker on your car
or whatever it takes. That's right, Bill. And thank you for that, buddy. You always remind us to stay busy.
No worries.
Shit. All right. Dennis, are you still with us there, buddy?
Yes, sir. Sorry, I had to step away.
Well, take care of yourself up there. Things are getting rough up there in San Antonio, so use the curbside and all that shit. Stay inside as much as you can. And
yeah, we're really worried about the schools are trying to open and asking for feedback, and I don't. Right now, I don't
give feedback. Hell no, I ain't sending my
I'm
kids.
afraid would be my. I don't think. But my kids are out of school nowadays, but it's going to be each parent's decision, and it's a scary decision to make right now, in San Antonio, and anywhere
Got
across
a lot of
Texas,
parents looking into
Florida.
homeschooling.
Anywhere where it's climbing.
Yeah, there's a lot of online school that has been going on. Because people are concerned to send them back. It was a big decision for us to take our kids out of the public school when we went on in 2001. We're going to homeschool. We made that decision. Let's go. And it's not easy. It's something you have to it's like anything else in life. You're going to get out what you put into it. And so it's not for everybody. But
did you suffer because of that, Travis?
Hell no. Are you kidding me? I would never trade that. Not to try to tie up the show much longer, but no. I did not like public school. I was bullied every fucking day. Barely liked any of my teachers. Didn't feel like I was learning a damn thing. And when we... and of course, I'm not saying that's, every school or every kid's situation. That was just my situation. I didn't even go to a bad school. It was just... I was the nerd in the 90s. No one liked the nerd in the 90s. Apparently now being a nerd's cool, so there's that. But the thing is, though, is the moment we went on that journey, I got to see more of this country and learn so much more than I could have ever done sitting at that school.
Hey, American history. We were good at that shit.
Yeah,
let's
no
go
kidding.
there. Well, show them.
So, no, I definitely did not suffer. We, there's a reason why we're all still together. You know what I mean? We
are a very cohesive family.
Yes.
We don't have any problem being around each other.
Probably one of the reasons why. Probably one of the main reasons why.
Yeah, 26-foot trailer for 3 years will do it to you.
Yeah.
Nobody's got no privacy. We all hear you sneeze. But it did. It brought our family. It was probably one of the best things we ever did.
My only
and I'm sorry for dragging out the show longer. I was curious. No. Thought about that.
No, not even. Don't worry. We're only a little bit out of time. Don't even worry. I mean, it's not like we're on a strict schedule. We just make sure we try to get back to the Blue Room. But
we just don't want to bore everybody too long.
Yeah. But I will say the one thing I do miss, or feel like I've missed out on, is the fact we haven't been able to do it again.
Yeah.
Being able to wake up in a new place all the time, I mean, like, it had its own set of challenges, but at the same time, talk about an adventure of a lifetime.
No matter where we were, wherever we would stop, it was the first question was, all right, what's around here that's interesting to see? What can we learn from here? And museums all across the country,
yes.
Everywhere we'd go, just any kind of anything that we could find in the area. Because normally what we would do, because of financial situation, well, you get paid once a month, so okay, on payday you move somewhere and pay for a month. All right, we're here, set for a month, baby. Roll out the carpet grass and put up the awning. Let's go. And then you would have a month to explore the area that you were in, and everything from Dinosaur Valley to oh man, yeah. And that was probably the most enjoyable part of the whole thing, was not only the places we went, but the amazing people across this country. I don't give a shit where you go. There are great people in every state that we went to. And
John keeps forgetting that's what I'm doing now. Full time.
That's right, baby. I can't push it enough, man. If I could, that's what I tell people. If I win the lotto, which I ain't because I don't play the lotto, I guess. But if I did, I'd buy a big old bus. I'd be coming to your house to do the show, man. I'd be on the road again, making me all that kind of stuff. Maria Bentoncourt donated $2 to Super Chat and said, "Meanwhile, Barron Trump has private tutors." What does that say? That's
Sure.
private
Tested
tutors.
daily, twice daily.
Yeah. It's a different game played by those that have
My
means.
daddy did not say I have to take the sheet.
Yeah, no shit. Anyway, again, I want to thank
Daddy,
everybody.
fetch me a tutor.
Yeah, David, thank you so much for coming in
Thank
and
you, sir.
visiting with us. Mitch Goldstein,
My pleasure always.
outstanding. Come back, buddy. We want you back. Mitch Goldstein, what can I say? You brought Julie, so you can just shut up and go on. Anyway, and TW.
You would think Mitch, you would think he'd move on to a new joke by now, right?
No, I like this one. I do. He knows I love him. I just love kidding him through Julie because he knows I love Julie too. So, anyway, don't you know that, Mitch?
Yeah. Now, so now I'm being bullied by you. What am I going to do? Go home?
Hey.
Get homeschooled?
Yeah, don't blame me. Blame Julie. Yeah, that's the way it is. Mitch,
I have something I need to say.
What's
and I
that?
need to say that you out there in YouTube land and Twitter land and Facebook land, you're in YouTube land, you really ought to like and subscribe at the very least you could do. You know how much that costs you?
Nothing. Checks in the mail, buddy. Don't worry.
Not a thing.
Not a thing. Thank you, Mitch. I appreciate
Great
that.
to be here, guys. Take care, everybody.
And TW, also, buddy, the singing cowboy in our group here. We appreciate you every time you show up. Thank you for being here.
Pleasure tonight.
Where's Mark?
Uh,
Still sleeping?
No, he was barking a second ago. You missed it.
No, I missed it.
Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, check it. Still
Uh,
breathing?
I think he probably went under the bed because he heard firecrackers.
Smart dog. Anyway, TW, thank you for being here, buddy. We appreciate everybody's voice. It was Aussie Dave. We appreciate his voice. He had to run off and save an animal, baby. How much more of a hero can you be? Anyway, I want to thank all of you for coming in. Dan Marceau and Shawnee Lazore. We appreciate you, baby. Sonia C. Thank you, Pepsi Max, Power Mike. I'm sorry. I'm used to seeing Pepsi Max. It got messed up there. Anyway, we appreciate all of you joining this family. Yes, go by our YouTube channel, like, share, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And the family grows every day because of y'all. And we just need to keep growing this family, baby. November 3rd's coming. We got to flush the turd. And then after that, we got a nation to fix, baby. So the only one that's going to save us from this destruction is us. So we need to do that. And I'm going to help you. You help me. And that's the way it all works in this country. Anyway, we love you. Thank you for coming. Tomorrow's hump day. We'll be down in the shop with Clyde the Camel. And we'll get through hump day. We'll go into a family Blue Dot meeting on Thursday again. And we're leading right into Beer and Bud Friday. The week's going to be gone before you know it. And it'll be an amazing new week next week with new adventures coming out. Yeah, no shit. Anyway, y'all take care. And we'll see y'all later. Y'all say good night to everybody.
Good night, everybody.
There you go. Outstanding. Y'all take care now.